Keator's Rift is a 9-year-old, 16 one-hand thoroughbred gelding by Wheelaway out of a Dr. Blum mare. He raced briefly 5 times, all at Finger Lakes. Never hit the board, so finished no better than 6. So definitely not a racehorse. Straight from there, he was put into professional training with an upper-level event rider who just does a phenomenal job producing her horses. I mean, from the barn to the trailer to the horse show, these horses are just incredibly well broke. He ground ties, he self-loads, he's rope broke. He's just a privilege to be around both in the barn and on top of him. He is really, really an incredible horse. His flat work is very solid. He is schooled all the way through 3rd level dressage. There would be no reason why he couldn't go out and do that right now. His leg yields you just saw there, and now he's heading into the half pass. His travers, shoulder in, haunches in, turn on the haunches. I mean, just about everything is very, very solid. The counter canters, the flying changes, which you'll see a little bit later, they are all, really, really fantastic. He's a very soft and rideable horse. He wants to go into the bridle. He gives you a lovely feeling. It's not a heavy connection, but it's a light one. You always feel his mouth at the end of the rein without him ever pulling on you. He's very even both directions, which I think is very rare for especially an ex-racehorse. They tend to be very one-sided. So I think that's just a lovely thing to have. I will say he's probably the nicest thoroughbred I've ever had the privilege of riding. He is, again, you see off the aids there, he's sensitive without being reactive. He is, very easy to maneuver the hindquarters and the shoulders around. Same with the bend, and the flexion. He just moves around everything so well and makes it very, enjoyable to do dressage. Which I think, to be able to say that on a horse is something. He's incredible in that way. His canter work is, just as good, if not better, than his trot work. He's so even and so rhythmic. He's like a metronome. He stays exactly in the rhythm that you put him in. He is, so comfortable. You can just sit right down and you just don't move on him. He again is just a lovely, lovely horse in that aspect. Not only is he so well broke, but his paces are exceptional for a thoroughbred. His counter canter, he can do the 3-loop serpentine. He can do a 10-meter circle, return to the track, as you just saw, and then hold it through the short end. His changes are straightforward and easy. They're very correct. You push him off the inside leg into the outside rein, and think about lifting up the inside shoulder, and it's just a thought. He is that well broke. He feels it, before you even do. Sometimes he's incredible in that way. And again, both the counter canters are very even. It's not one side's weaker than the other. You never have to hold him together. He's ridden very correctly from hind legs up to the bridle. He is in his jumping bridle, so he does wear a little pelham with a rubber mouthpiece. He doesn't wear a chain curb. He wears a nylon strap. Again, very, very soft mouth horse. As you can see, he does curl a little bit in this bridle. We were jumping him after. So in his flat work, he wears just a loose ring French link. This just, we find, helps him hold his shape a little bit. That's the only reason for it. Here he is at Hits, Socrates, jumping in the meter 15. He, I think, is just a fantastic thoroughbred jumper. I think he's got to be one of the best in the country. He's just that correct. He's shown through novice level eventing, but I really see him as excelling at, being a child adult horse all the way through the low junior amateurs. I think he's an excellent candidate for that. He could do some local equitation. He's very broke and very rideable. He's very much my type of horse. He's light into the connection. He likes to travel, forward into the bridle. He's very, very adjustable, which I think makes him just so enjoyable to ride. You're able to collect and ask him to lengthen out, and in just a very softening or a feeling hand, which is just again just a testament to how well he's been produced. He can, go down a line and do it in a 9, and then a 8, then a 7, then a 6, then a 5, then a 4. He's just makes everything a lot of fun. And again, he's that type where he studies his fences just enough that he's always going to be careful, and you never waste any time setting up. He's quick over his jumps, fast across the ground, super on the turns. So I think that makes him a really great jump off horse.